Assalamualaikum and hello everybody. We are from the group number 6 and today we will do a presentation for our assignment in electrical circuit fundamental subject. This video is presented by me, Fahruddin, and all of the materials for this video is provided by Nur Adilah, binti Azizan, which is my group member. So our topic of presentation today is mesh analysis with dependent source. So the first thing that we need to know is what is mesh analysis. So mesh analysis is a method that is used to determine the current flowing around a mesh or loop in a closed complex circuit. It makes use of Kirchhoff voltage law and Ohm's law to determine the unknown current flowing in a given complex circuit. The second thing is what is dependent source. So dependent source is a voltage source or a current source whose value depends on a voltage or current in the network. And here is an example of question that we picked regarding this topic. So in this circuit, we need to obtain the value of Ix and Iy for this particular circuit by using mesh analysis method. So first thing first, we need to identify I1 and I2 in this circuit, which is I1 is located at the left side of the circuit and I2 is at the right side of the circuit. And as we can see, the Ix is located at the middle where I1 is flowing downwards through Ix and I2 is flowing upwards through Ix. From this, we can conclude that Ix is equal to I1 minus I2. And as for the Iy, we can see that the I1 is flowing through the Iy in the same direction and I2 does not flow through the Iy. So from this, we can conclude that Iy is equal to the I1. And so as we can see for the mesh number 1, we have 5 volt power supply, 4 ohm resistor, 2 Ix and 2 ohm resistor and 1 ohm resistor and 2 Iy. So from this component, we can derive an equation which is negative 5 minus 4i1 minus 2ix minus 2i1 minus 1 in the bracket i1 minus i2 plus 2iy is equal to 0. And as for the ix in the equation, we just substitute it into i1 minus i2. So from this equation, we just need to simplify the equation into this equation until we get this equation, and this equation will be our equation number 1 for the mesh 1. So moving on into the mesh number 2, we have 10 volt power supply, 5 ohm resistor, 1 ohm resistor and 2 Iy. So same as the mesh number 1, we just need to derive an equation based on the components, which we have negative 5i2 minus 10 minus 2iy and minus 1 in the bracket i2 minus i1 equal to 0. So for the iy in the equation, we just need to substitute it equal to i1 and we have this equation highlighted. And from this equation, we just need to simplify it and we have this equation. And since we have the mesh 1 and mesh 2 equation, now we can finally do simultaneous equation for both equation to get the I1 and I2. So now that we have obtained the value for both I1 and I2, we just need to substitute the both of the value into the Ix equation to obtain the Ix value, which is 0.11 ampere. And as for the Iy value, we just simply need to substitute the value of Iy equal to the I1 and we get the value of Iy is negative 1.33 ampere. So that's all for our presentation today. Thank you for watching and I hope you guys have a nice day.